Are you struggling to get your gaming audio from your gaming PC to your streaming PC, which happens to be a laptop like myself? Well, in this video, I'm going to go ahead and get that covered for you for the solution that I was able to find. I've seen a lot of tutorials online, and unfortunately, they all kind of worked, but they all kind of didn't, if that makes sense. For those of you that have used some of the solutions that I've found, you're going to know what I'm talking about. It kind of worked, it kind of didn't. But in this one, all you're going to need is what came with your external capture card. So the one thing you will need, unfortunately, money-wise, is an external capture card. I happen to be using the AverMedia Live Gamer 2.1 Ultra. Now, this should theoretically still work with Elgato and NZXT. However, they happen to come with their own software. AverMedia software is kind of I'm not a big fan of it. And a lot of their technical tutorials and things like that on YouTube, they're years old, and they use products that I don't even think they offer anymore on some of them. But what I found, I couldn't actually find the solution. I actually found all this, and it's deeply embedded. Now, if you want me to go through, if you like this video and you prefer me to go through a more in-depth process on how to get the video over from the gaming PC over to the laptop, over to your streaming PC, please comment below and I'll be sure to make a video on that. This video is going to be covered with exactly what the title says, taking care of your audio. Like I said, for me, all I needed was what came with my external capture card, which was a USB and HDMI cord. That's it. We're done. So I want to show you how to get that taken care of. Unfortunately, with every other video that you see, and going forward, letting you know now, I'm kind of firing from the hip. I'm doing this all in one take because I'm not really the best at editing. I'm still new to this, so I do hope that you do find this video very helpful. But if you're like me, you've seen multiple videos. Some of them, unfortunately, are 2, 3, 1, 4 years old, and some of it applies to you, some of you can't. But I've seen 4 solutions that everyone has. Solution number 1 is looping your audio, right? Which would work great if both PCs were desktops, okay? Because you connect them both to the motherboards. But it's looping the audio, which means the first thing you gotta do as soon as you start the video, you've got to buy 2 good, because you want good audio, 3.5 millimeter audio jacks. And then if you don't want any humming or buzzing, on top of that, you got to find noise isolators, which you have to buy 2 of those because you have 2 cables. And unfortunately, with almost every new laptop, I don't know when it started, but now you just have combo jacks. So on top of that, because you don't have a line in and out, aka microphone and headphone input, you got to buy a splitter, okay? And some laptops do not like that. They only allow one input, okay? So then you might have to do what I was going to have to do and what another video did was buy a USB to female audio jack so that you can insert the cable there and adjust it in the settings. You have that solution. Solution number 2, Elgato. Download Wavelink sound capture, which is automatically downloaded when you download Game Capture HD. But here's the bad thing about Elgato. If you don't have an Elgato product, it's not going to work. So they're going to say that no compatible devices have been found, and that's as far as you're going to go with Wavelink. I have read on Reddit, can't remember where, but that you can download an older version of Wavelink, and it should allow you to use another product that's not Elgato, but I haven't tested that myself. And again, that's more research, more drivers, more testing that a lot of us don't have the time to do. So again, if you don't have an Elgato product, it doesn't work. Sound capture kind of worked, but again, you could tell that it's clearly tailored for an Elgato product, which again, no knocking on Elgato. If you have Elgato, that's great. If you have their 460 or their 60S, I can't remember all the titles or the names for the products, you should be able to use that in the software and it works just fine because you'll be able to use Wavelink and then be able to adjust it from there. However, again, you're still going to need 3.5 millimeter audio jacks. But for this, all you need is what I said with the AverMedia. All right, solution number 3, downloading a virtual audio app for both PCs and inputting the IP addresses for both PCs and then having to adjust every bus that you want to use it on, every port, every virtual port. The bad thing about that is when you download it, it comes with like 8 additional inputs for your output and input. So when you're scrolling to find the right one, you're going to see like A1, A2, 3, 4, 5, B1, B2, B3. But the bad thing about that is on top of that, they recently updated, I can't remember how long ago, but they used to say something like aux input, AverMedia input, and then VAIO, VAIO, I can't remember how you say that, VAIO. They renamed them, so I think it's just simply now B123. So if you're not an audio engineer or you're not, good in those areas, like myself, unfortunately, I'm not, seasoned in those things, you're not going to be very good at it myself. And guess what? When you have Windows updates, sometimes it throws all that out of whack. Or if anybody knows anything about computers, the minute that something happens, some of your settings are going to be adjusted. And because one thing can go wrong, you're going to be struggling to find everything. And then you're going to try to add Discord, then you're going to try to find game chat, then you still have to manually adjust everything through the software itself. And then you got to make sure that your gaming PC talks to your streaming PC, and it can become a headache. It's a great tool if you know how to fine tune it. But if you're not, you know, audio engineering level of, being able to tweak things on your own, like myself, unfortunately, I'm learning. But if you're not like them, you're going to struggle with it. And I know I did. Or of course, the final solution, which is buying a mixer, right? And mixers can go as low as $50, but I've seen them go as high as 7 to 8. If you go super professional, I don't know why you would. If you're starting out, that's overkill. But I think the Rodecaster, I think is 7. All right. That's the solution we should all strive for, only because it helps you fine tune everything, right? At the whim of your fingertips, right? You can just do game audio, Discord audio, in-game chat audio, your audio for your mic, little macro keys, sound buttons, voice changers, things like that, all kinds of cool stuff. But then on top of all that, not all of us have a Go XLR, or not Go XLR, an XLR mic, right? Not everyone has a dynamic condenser mic or a condenser mic. I'm using just a simple Razer mic from, the Chroma from Razer. It's just a simple USB mic. And I'm assuming some of you are the exact same way. But like I said, I want to go through the audio here, but first we got to get a couple steps in. One thing I want to show you, because I'm currently using, so I can't just grab it. Excuse me again. I can't just grab it and show you. So I'll show you online what it looks like. This is what I have, okay? For this one particular, you're going to plug the USB into your streaming PC, okay? That's what's going to power it, but it's going to run off your streaming PC. And then you're going to take your HDMI that it came with and run it from your gaming PC's external or dedicated graphics card, take it from there and plug it into the in port, okay? Don't worry about the out port. It's not needed unless you want to put that up to a TV, but don't worry about it because again, you're streaming from your laptop, if you're streaming from your streaming PC. So all of the picture is going to go here, okay? And for the headphones and controller, that's if you're doing something with like PlayStation or Xbox, and I can do that. And if you would love to go over something like that, if you'd like a how-to or a tutorial on that, leave a comment below, and I'm more than happy to do that. All right. So I can go more in depth on that as well. But that's really what that's for. And here's another picture of it. Okay. Again, we're just worried about the USB and the HDMI in, and you're set. Plugging and playing. That's it. Okay. Now, when you plug it in, first thing you're going to want to do. Okay. Go to your computer. Now this is my gaming PC, okay? I'm streaming this and recording from my streaming PC, but I am duplicating the screen, and again, I'll make a separate video on that if you'd like me to. Again, just leave a comment down below, and I'll be more than happy to make a video dedicated to getting your audio, your video from the gaming PC to the streaming PC. Whoops. Okay, so you're gonna right-click the back of the screen, go to display settings. I happen to have 2 monitors, so if you have 2 like me, a third one should come up, okay? So if I go to display, advanced display, you should see, for me, 3 options, okay? If you have 1 monitor, that's fine. So you should have 2 monitors, but one of the displays should say your external capture card's name, okay? That's the model of my capture card, all right? So all that's for is when you're trying to duplicate the video from OBS on the gaming PC to the streaming PC, you'll be good to go. And that's just a little side note. When we go into this, you're going to want to make sure you at least have OBS download on both. That's all you're going to have to download. Should have said that at the beginning. I apologize. Here's step number 1 for the gaming PC when it comes to audio. Okay, again, just go display settings, click system, click sound, okay? For your output, okay, you're going to come down here. For some reason, this comes up with Vibe Engine. You're not clicking that. You're clicking this one right here, AVT. This is for my model. GC553G2, okay? As you can tell, you're not doing headphones, no speakers, none of that, okay? You're going to click that as your output audio, okay? That's it. That's all you got to do. You're done, okay? Now, I'm going to switch over to my laptop here, which is the streaming PC, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and add a source, okay, to here. I'm just going to call it scene 2. And I know you can't see this, and I apologize. Don't worry about the audio, the visuals. I'm just doing this so I can show you guys real quick. Display capture. We're just going to call that display capture. Boom. Okay, done. All right. So this is my laptop right here. Okay. So I'm not going to see you after this. All right. So again, don't worry about the screens, the scene. This is for when I stream. So I'm just going to click here. All right. Right here. I have my display capture here. All right. This is what it's showing. However, if I were to add a new source, this is just a moment, or just real quick, I'm going to show you. If I were to add a new source, video capture device. Okay. It has already an existing one, but if I were to press OK, all right, let's just call it video capture device. It's going to come up automatically, okay? Live Gamer 2.1, all right? That'll automatically come up. You click that, and it'll take what's coming over from your gaming PC over to here, all right? So I'm just going to go ahead and delete that because I don't need it. So I'm going to lower this, and I'm going to show everybody what I'm talking about, all right? Come down here, I'm going to right-click, all right? I just use display settings because I can get to everything else here. Go to sound. Okay, you're going to see output. Okay, not a big deal. All right, you still don't see what I'm talking about. You don't see the gamer press because right here, you're going to see that the Live Gamer Ultra 2.1 is going to be in the line in, right? Okay, it's going to show as the input. That's fine. Don't worry about that. You're going to come down here, more sound settings. It's going to bring up the sound option here. All right, we're not worried about playback. We're worried about recording. You're going to go to your game capture card. All right. I have it already set as my default device. Don't worry about the communication device. You're just worried about making sure that this says default device. Okay. Again, don't worry about making it your default communication device. What you're going to do is you're going to take it, you're going to right click it, go to properties. Okay. First thing you're going to do, go to listen. Most of you will probably have this unchecked. Okay. Check that box. All right. What that's doing is it's saying that it's going to listen to all the audio from the HDMI cable. Now it's going to pump out through here. Now, you can choose to put it through a specific device. I'm using my headphones, okay? Or you can just put default, all right? You're going to want to apply that, okay? Second step, this is where everything comes through. Go to advanced. Right down here, you're going to have signal enhancements. This is probably going to be checked for you. Uncheck it, okay? Press apply, all right? I'm going to show you what happens with the audio when you do this. So first, we're going to go back to OBS. I want to show you real quick because I'm going to go back to my gaming PC. We're going to go back to OBS, go back to this scene here. I'm going to start off something because I don't know anything about royalties. I don't know any of that. I'm just going to start up Call of Duty. Okay. I'll start up Call of Duty. I'm going to show you the sound. It should come through just fine right now. That's because I've updated everything and I've made sure to check everything. But the purpose of this is to show you what it's going to sound like when I take that audio off, okay? Skip through everything here. As you can tell, it's really loud. I need to adjust that. Okay, and you'll notice here in a moment, you know what, I should probably bring up scene 2. Let's do display capture real quick. All right, let me just throw this video capture device. Add existing. Let's do Razer. Let's pull it up here. Ooh, that's a big face. Let's bring me all the way down. Okay. Now, I have the game up. You should see there's my mic. Okay, right here. This is the game playing right now. It's in the background. It's because I have the music down low. Okay, so let's go back to scene. Show you real quick. Go to options. Audio. More sources. Let me turn all the music up. Okay. I'm going to use this as an example now, okay? Turn the music all the way up. Gameplay music's all the way up. Okay? Now check this out. All right? Now watch this. Watch what happens when I click this. See how low that sound gets? That's what probably everyone's hearing. And they're like, why is my audio so bad? Anytime there's music, it gets muffled. But you'll be confused because you'll go to YouTube and you'll be like, I hear them. They sound kind of like in the distance or almost like you got a speaker. You're listening to your speakerphone on your phone. Sounds like it's in the background, okay? But you'll notice that it's really muffled, okay? All you got to do, again, Click this, apply, and bam. Okay, there's your audio solution done. Okay, all you're going to have to do, another thing I got to add real quick. Okay, if you want to make sure you're you're making sure that you're listening to everything, let's go back over to my scene here. Just to double check, one thing you will have to make sure you do is you're going to come over here. This is audio, all right? Now for me, I have it as my default device, as you can tell. This is just for a game perspective, okay? But if you want to make sure, you can click this. Click what you made your default audio, okay? But I don't need to do that because I already have it as my default system, so I don't have to worry about that. But what you're just going to want to make sure, on your gaming PC, make sure your capture card's output, make sure your gaming PC's output is the capture card. It's going to send the video and the audio to the external capture card. The external capture card is ran by your streaming PC, all right? And then, again, coming back over here, all right? Again, I apologize for the scene transitions. Okay, you're going to come through here. I'm going to bring this up so it's not too confusing here. Hold on. Let me move this over. Okay, you're going to go through. Hold on. Okay, let's turn that off. Okay, again, not playback. Don't worry about playback. Go to recording. There's your capture card right there. There's the audio. Right click it like I said. Make sure that you set it as your default device. Go to properties. Go to listen. Make sure you have listen checked. Make sure you click apply. Afterwards, go to advanced. Uncheck signal enhancements. That's Windows, man. It's trying to compress the signal. I don't know what it's trying to do. It says it's enhancing it. No, it's not. Okay. Whatever it's doing, it's bad. Okay. Again, some of you audio engineers, if you want to leave a comment as to why this is happening, you can enlighten the group, because I'm telling you right now, I don't know. All I know is that I found this reluctantly. I didn't see it in a Reddit. I saw it on no YouTube channels. But guess what you don't need? You don't need a mixer. You don't need 3.5 millimeter audio jacks. You don't need condenser isolators. You don't need sound isolators to buy. You don't need to buy 2 of those. You don't have to buy a splitter because you have a laptop. You don't have to buy, or you don't have to download an ungodly amount of software. You don't have to buy a virtual third-party app that has to run on both computers so that they can talk to each other. And you have to input all the IPs. That's what we have here, okay? This is the solution. Listen, if this helped you out, please let me know. If you want me to go through in a more in-depth video on how to get your game capture or your game capture card, your external game capture card to capture the gaming PC's video and being able to find it on your streaming PC, let me know. If you want me to go through what it's like to use your PlayStation or your Xbox, I don't have an Xbox, but I have a Switch and a PlayStation. How to use the external capture card for specifically AverMedia. I made this because there happens to be a niche out there, and what I mean by that is not a lot of people are covering AverMedia. They do a quick reveal and unboxing and go, hey, this is pretty sweet, but they almost all exclusively use it for game consoles. Hey, again, that's great. And those videos are super helpful, and they always happen to throw just a real quick 2-second piece of, hey, and if you want to dual stream, you can do that too. That's it. And every tutorial, again, not knocking those guys. It works, right? But it's a hassle, because what is the first thing you hear? You got to buy something else. And yeah, it can come in the mail and it's relatively cheap, and audio cables are only $10-20. The isolators are another $10-20. Can't really remember all that stuff. Okay, that's solution number one, but then you got to go through all the settings, line in, line out. And it's not that hard, but again, if you have a laptop, and again, reason why I did this, because not a lot of people cover using a laptop as a PC, right? Because maybe you have a pretty okay gaming PC, but you can definitely tell when you try to stream from it, it struggle buses real hard. Okay, and so you want to split that, that load, and you want to give just the streaming application on your laptop or the streaming PC. Okay. Again, I hope this worked for you guys. I hope you found it useful. If there's anything in particular you want me to go over or something more in depth on this process, please leave a comment down below. I haven't seen anyone cover this, and I hope this helps you guys. Hopefully this tag is able to find everybody, so people that search it, they can find it right away. But again, I fired from the hip, try to do this all in one take because I'm not really good at editing yet. I'll get there hopefully one day. But I hope, again, you found this useful, but I'll catch you next time. Take care.